Well, it's that time of year. All of you are getting your calls out, your mouth calls, slate calls, your box calls. Hopefully you got a new Matt Dale Signature Series box call and the new slate call that's coming out just in the next week or so. So we'll be telling you more about that. But in this first video, this coming year, we're going to be talking about how to put yourself in the situation to kill a turkey. Now you say, well, that's pretty simple. You know, there's nothing really deep and profound about that. Well, here's the thing. A lot of guys will go out this coming spring. They'll go to their favorite spot. They'll go to their favorite little food plot, or maybe their place where they've deer hunted. And because they saw turkey sign in there back in the fall, they'll think, oh, I'm gonna go back in there in this spring, and the first oat in the morning, I'm gonna kill a turkey. And that may not be the case, because turkeys change. There's a lot of places in the fall where you'll see turkeys. They may not be there in the spring, and vice versa. There's a lot of spring spots that you know, if you're a fall turkey hunter, a lot of spring spots, you may not have them in the fall. So the first thing that you got to do, and I know this is going to sound simple, but the first thing you got to do is get where the turkeys are at. I don't care if it's deer hunting, turkey hunting, squirrel hunting, dove hunting. I don't care what it is. If you're not in the right area, you might as well sit at the house, because nothing's going to happen. So what's the number one rule in real estate? Location, 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 right? That's the number one rule. Well, it's the same thing in the hunting world, but especially when it comes to turkey hunting. Location, location, location. So here's the first thing that we're going to get done right off the bat in this coming 2022 season. We're going to put ourselves in the right location. Now, I don't know what that's going to mean for you. It may mean you having to get out of your element. That may mean you having to get up and do something different. But I promise you, when you do something different, your turkey hunting is going to go way up. As far as killing turkeys and getting on turkeys, it's going to go up if you'll just do something different. But a lot of guys, they get locked into the same routine. They get locked into the same kind of hunting, the same property. But properties change year after year a lot of times. Sometimes you can go in there and historically kill turkeys in the same place. But there's a lot of times where that's just not the option. Maybe the timbers change, maybe they've logged it, maybe it's public land where they've logged, or maybe, you know, just a lot of variables can go into it. So you got to start putting yourself in the right situation. You got to put yourself in the location where the turkeys are at. So that's the first thing we're going to talk about right now, is getting in the right location. And that it happens right now. You got to do that right now in February and March. You got to get out and start finding a better location. Last year, if you had trouble hearing turkeys and you had trouble getting on turkeys, or just wasn't a whole lot of turkeys around, don't do that this year. Make yourself get up, get off the couch, get off the recliner, and go find you a new group of turkeys to hunt. That may mean, you know, public land or private. Find you a better area. You find a new location. You don't want to go on location of, well, somebody telling you, well, 3 years ago I saw a gobbler over here, or 4 years ago I heard 4 over here, and you know, listen, you want to find out what happened in 2021. You know, I get invited to come to a lot of places. I get invited to hunt all over the country, and sometimes I actually go on hunts that I'm invited on by some of you. But anybody that knows these phone calls, when I call someone about a place, man, I got a whole list of questions that I'm asking. And here's what I'm asking. Number one, what did you do last year? I ain't concerned about what you did 4 years ago, 5 years ago, 6 years ago. I don't even care what you did 3 years ago. I want to know what 2021 was like. Where did you hear the gobblers? How many did you hear? You know, because I'm not going to go 300 miles and buy an out-of-state tag if somebody says, well, I heard 2 turkeys over across the holler last year. You know, well, you know, listen, I ain't interested in that. I want to know how many turkeys, and are you hearing several turkeys? So these are the questions, especially if you're an out-of-state hunter. You got to start finding not just 1 or 2 turkeys. You better know that there's multiple turkeys to hunt there. And you can do this, even on public land. You can do this. You just got to find the right spot. It's location, location, location. Right, once you find where multiple turkeys is at, that's where you want to start honing in. You want to get onto your Onyx maps or whatever kind of maps you like. You know, a lot of people like different things, but I like Onyx. You want to start finding And this will work on public land too. A lot of you public land turkey hunters, you want to find what's around as far as food source, and that's where you want to start honing in at, because turkeys got to have what? Cover, cover to roost and get the trees. Then they got to have food, got to have water. So then you start finding all this stuff before you ever step foot on that piece of land. That way you'll have to waste so much time just out walking around. When you start finding where you think the areas where turkeys are naturally going to be at, that's where you want to start looking, go in there if you can, start scouting. Listen, sign will never lie to you. Sign will never lie to you. Fresh sign, if fresh sign was there, the turkeys are there. That's where you want to mark, and that's where you want to start getting your attention focused into. I'm not interested in old scratches. I'm not interested in what turkeys was doing 3 months ago. I want to find out what they're doing now, because that's when you can hunt them. So location, location, location. So here's the number one thing before we get into any calling, before we get into any strategies. Here's what you got to do. Get off the couch, get out of the chair, get in your vehicle, and find turkeys. Location, location, location. Listen, when I became and I don't even like to say a great turkey hunter, because I don't think of myself like that, but when I became a really good turkey hunter, you know what I had to do? I had to stop hunting the little strip jobs that I liked hunting because it was convenient to go. I had to stop hunting the couple farms I had that was just right down the road from the house. I had to go where the turkeys was at. I had to go and stop hunting 1 or 2 or 3 gobblers that we gobble every once in a while. That was usually over on the neighbors, and once in a while he'd be over on my side. I had to go sometimes 35, 40, 50 minutes down the road to find where the turkeys was at. A group of them, more than one I could hunt. Because if I can't kill this one, whatever messes up, I want to have the option of going down the road or going across the farm or going somewhere and getting after another one. That's how you get on multiple turkeys, and that's where your kill rate goes way up. So location, location, location. Number one. That's it. When you start getting in the right location, your 2022 turkey season is going to go way better than what it did last year or the years prior. Try that new location, because that may just be the ticket on your road to becoming a better turkey hunter. And make sure to subscribe to this channel. Just hit that subscribe button down the corner. I'd really appreciate it. We got a whole lot of turkey hunting material coming this coming month and the next month and all spring. But stay tuned to this channel. We're going to try to pump out at least 2 videos a week, so there's going to be a lot of content coming. So make sure that you stay with us. Like this video also. Also check out all the links below. Check out Facebook, Instagram, my new Patreon page. If you're on Patreon, you can come over and help us on Patreon also. And if you like to donate something to the channel here to help us along, then you can become a Patreon subscriber also. Also, the DaleOutdoors.com. My new turkey calls are coming out very soon. The box calls, my brand new slate call, we're going to be unveiling in the next video. So stay tuned to that. SpringFeverCustomCalls.com, SOSO Outdoors. All the links below. Just check them out. And like I said, stay tuned, because we've got a lot more coming in the weeks ahead. But remember, location, location, location. That's where you get on the road to becoming a better turkey hunter.